How does the perfected version of Super Saiyan Blue from the manga compare to Super Saiyan Blue evolved from the anime? We'll be comparing both forms in order to see how they stack up against each other. So without further ado, let's get into the video, starting off with perfected Super Saiyan Blue. When it comes to perfected Super Saiyan Blue from a visual standpoint, it's not all that different from regular Super Saiyan Blue. The only difference is that the form lacks the godly aura that Super Saiyan Blue possesses. What separates perfected Super Saiyan Blue and regular Super Saiyan Blue? Make a counter of that in the comments if you want. Aside from the obvious power difference is usability. Regular Super Saiyan Blue was known to be a form that had poor stamina, and although it wasn't on the level of Super Saiyan 3, it was still quite bad, which is why Goku and Vegeta opted to use the form in short bursts. Goku decided to address this issue by training to build up its endurance in regular Super Saiyan Blue, which eventually led to Goku finding a way to use continuous concentration to channel the overflowing power of Super Saiyan Blue in his body without leaking it out, or a God Ki. This is in contrast to the method that Goku and Vegeta learned while his training in Whis' staff. Goku and Vegeta had to teach themselves on how to prevent their Ki from leaking out, and as a result they were able to get a glimpse of Super Saiyan Blue. Goku just took it a step further and found a permanent solution to Super Saiyan Blue's Ki leaking, which led to perfected Super Saiyan Blue being created. The user of this form needs complete focus to call upon its power, as Vegeta even goes as far as to state that if the user isn't focused, the Ki will erupt out of the user's body completely and damage them even more. Vegeta also states that because Blue tends to leak Ki, the user is only able to fight at full power for a short amount of time. By perfecting Super Saiyan Blue, Goku can now fight at 100% constantly. After Goku is finished powering up into Super Saiyan Blue perfected, he's shown to be able to fight on par with Fusamasu, the same Fusamasu that forced Goku and Vegeta to fuse into Vegito. However, despite the name of the form at the time of the arc, Goku hadn't had enough time to truly practice using this form. Similar to using Blue Kaioken on the fly in the anime, he used perfected Super Saiyan Blue without knowing for sure if it worked. While as it did, the form takes massive concentration, which is something that Goku lacked until he gained Ultra Instinct, and so his body gradually began to break down. This is what leads to Goku deciding to put everything he has into one last attack, and we get to see perfected Super Saiyan Blue at its strongest in this arc once Goku uses Hakai, a technique specifically suited for the gods of destruction. This goes to show the power and potential of perfected Super Saiyan Blue, as when utilized properly and to its fullest, Goku can use key techniques that he normally wouldn't be able to do. Goku is almost able to kill Fusamasu, but he uses Mai as a meat shield, distracting Goku long enough for him to hesitate, resulting in Fusamasu knocking Goku out. We don't get to see perfected Super Saiyan Blue again until chapter 27 of Dragon Ball Super's manga, where Vegeta reveals during the brief time skip after the Goku Black arc, he learned to tap into the form as well. He spars with Beerus and puts a much better fight than he did in just Super Saiyan Blue, even managing to land a blow on Beerus. Obviously, Vegeta gets destroyed once Beerus raises his power by a slight amount, but Beerus is genuinely impressed by Vegeta's power and states he's strong enough to be considered a candidate for a God of Destruction in another universe. So to recap, perfected Super Saiyan Blue is many times stronger than regular Super Saiyan Blue. There isn't an official multiplier, but based off feats and showings, the increase in power was large enough for Goku to be going from inferior to Fusamasu to fighting him equally. That basically sums up perfected Super Saiyan Blue. Now we can move on to Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. SSB Evolution is the advanced version of Super Saiyan Blue, and like the name suggests, it's quite literally an evolution. The eyes and aura of the user takes on a royal blue color, with the hair spiking up and the user's body bulking up, a bit like Super Saiyan Grade 2. Vegeta gains this form once he remembers the promise he made to Kaba to win the Dragon Balls, and wishes universe back. And like Goku did with Ultra Instinct Sign, he breaks through his shell and unlocks the form. This form is exclusive to Vegeta, and is his own limit-breaking power. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta is able to match Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku during their allied assault on Jiren, who ends up having to use more and more of his true power to keep the Saiyans at bay. Eventually, Toppo has to step in and separate Vegeta from Jiren to give him a chance to fight Goku uninterrupted. Initially, both God Toppo and Blue Evolution Vegeta fight on par with one another, but Vegeta is unable to actually damage Toppo. This is because of Toppo's God of Destruction form, which coats his body in Hakai Shin energy, which erased any sort of attack that can hit him. Key attacks such as the Final Flash, the Kamehameha, Ki Blast from Frieza, and even Android 17 does nothing except aggravate Toppo even more. It isn't until Vegeta not only remembers the promise he made to Kaba, but remembers he's fighting for the sake of his universe and his family. This causes Vegeta to become enraged, and he goes from struggling against Toppo's Ki blasts to blasting through them and to passing him entirely. Any attack or blast that Toppo throws at Vegeta is blocked and avoided. The most shocking moment in the fight is when Toppo fired a point-blank Hakai right at Vegeta, and by infusing his fist with Ki, he simply punches through it. Keep in mind that it's been shown throughout Dragon Ball that emotions such as rage can be used as a tool to empower you, especially Saiyans. This is because of one of the properties of ki being yuki or courage. And courage is a powerful emotion that can amplify the ki of a user by an unquantifiable amount. However, Vegeta's attacks need to be powerful enough to take out Toppo once and for all. So he decides to use the same destruction technique that he did against Majin Buu, where he gathered all of his energy and expended it into one giant blast that was capable of erasing Buu down to every atom. Vegeta initially struggles to overpower Toppo's large Hakai, but Vegeta prevails and he's able to knock out Toppo. What's even more shocking is that the last time Vegeta used this attack, it turned him into ashes and destroyed him. But due to Vegeta having a better understanding of ki and just being far stronger, he was able to use a variation of the attack that didn't take away his life energy. We also get to see how proficient Vegeta is with using Super Saiyan Blue evolution, as the form seems to have no drawbacks, especially not the stamina problems that Super Saiyan Blue had. You can call it plot or the writers goofing it up or whatever, but Vegeta should have had no energy to fight in the next episode, as he used everything he had to defeat Toppo. Despite this, he's able to power right back into Blue Evolved and fight against Jiren. This is very interesting, considering the fact that Vegeta's body gets more muscular while it's in Blue Evolution. We already know how forms that are extra bulky hinder your performance in battle rather than empower you, such as grade 3 Trunks vs Cell. Trunks' power increased, but his speed took a massive toll, and even Cell revealed to Trunks that he could use the form, but chose not to, as it was useless. But this seems to be the complete opposite for Vegeta, as his power and speed increase, whereas his stamina and ki drain is practically non-existent. Although his attacks are unable to phase Jiren at all and push him back, Jiren acknowledges his power and states that he can understand how he was able to beat Toppo with this power that he now possesses. We also do see the form used in the manga, though the way Vegeta unlocks it is far different than in the anime. In the manga, Vegeta is frustrated to see Goku advancing and gaining a large amount of power in a short amount of time after seeing him use Ultra Instinct against Jiren. In a moment of rebellion and pure rage, Vegeta forcibly breaks through his shell and unlocks Super Saiyan Blue evolution, lighting up the entire arena. He's able to speed blitz Jiren and actually land a blow on him. This continues for a while until Jiren actually gets serious and showing off more of his power, effortlessly knocking down Vegeta whilst acknowledging that his power is unlike anything else he's experienced in the tournament aside from Goku. Finally, the directors of the Dragon Ball Super anime gave us more insight on Vegeta's new form, and they state that it's equal to Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku. This would mean that Blue Evolution is a 20 times multiplier on top of regular Super Saiyan Blue. So which form is stronger, Perfected or Evolution? Well, it's quite obviously Super Saiyan Blue Evolved. Vegeta has both forms in the manga, and ever since he unlocked Blue Evolved, he's never gone back to Perfected Super Saiyan Blue, despite the name seeming more grand. Blue Evolution is just better in every way. Your power and speed increases tremendously, and you don't have to worry about your stamina giving out. The only advantage I'd give to Super Saiyan Blue Perfected is better ki control, as Goku was able to focus all of his ki into his fist and use Hakai. Though you could also argue that Super Saiyan Blue Evolved has just as good if not better ki control than Perfected Super Saiyan Blue, as Vegeta was able to infuse his fist with ki and straight up punch for a Hakai from Toppo, despite the fact that a Hakai is capable of erasing anything that is touched from existence. But what do you think? Which form do you believe is better? Comment your thoughts down below, and of course, thank you all so much for watching.